Angeles, Hi.
Other action figures each sold separately. From
Record the purr.
Jimmy, get the door. It must be Cousin Willie. Okay. Hi. What's up?
Ah, there we go. Something chill to watch. The following video is rated R and is intended for an adult audience. So if you're under 18, take a fucking hike, eh? As this video may contain adult themes and situations, strong language and opinions, good and bad advice, cannabis cultivation and consumption. So as long as you're a responsible adult, kick back, spark one up, and enjoy the show.
And clean works only.
Hi everybody, I got it. I want to do a few things. I want to also turn my voice down. I didn't realize how booming my friggin' voice was on this camera, or on the microphone, pardon me. Anyway, hi everybody, Kenny Beard Grows here. Welcome to Friday Night Gardening. How you doing? So, what do I got going on today? I got an absolute literal jungle. A couple of times I've posted and said, oh, it's a jungle in there. It is an actual jungle in here today. I'll just step aside. You can see what I'm talking about. That back plant is monstrous. Absolutely crazy. We'll get in there soon and take a good look. But first of all, I want to talk about a few things. Number one, last week I forgot to tell you about my raised ppm when it came to the water here, the bucket of water. In the past, I had sort of done it, stepped up. I started around 400 ppm. I went up to around 700 ppm. And then in early flower, I went up to about 900. And currently, I'm keeping it hovering around 1100 ppm. Now, you in the chat there, people that know more about hydroponics than me, know more about water growing than me, are probably going to say I'm still underdoing the ppm on the amount of nutrients that I'm using. But I'll tell you, there's a couple things going on. Number one, I'm scared. I'm new to this, so when it comes to water growing, I'm trying to incrementally raise it without overdoing it and watching it how the plants have been reacting. And so far, they've been loving life. So no complaints there. Number two, I am like almost out of some of my nutrients. I've got like one more good feeding worth, to a point where I think I'm actually gonna probably try to maintain this bucket of water for the next 2 weeks and just top it off with fresh water and keep the ppms as close as I can. I don't really have enough nutrients with this same line to completely dump the reservoir this weekend and redo it. I just don't have the nutrients to back that up one more time. But on that note, astute viewers and longtime peeps will know that we've moved on anyway. We're ready to move into something new. This next grow, I'm going to be running advanced nutrients, the 3-part system with, what is all this? There's Big Bud, there's a CalMag thing, there's I don't know. There's all this stuff. There's all the sort of trace elements and other boosters, but we've got macro, grow, and bloom, and the pH down, and this is all that pH perfect line. I'm excited to try it out. It's a little bit on the expensive side. This whole line up here cost me just under $200. It was about $170 or something like that for the set, but it's all going to be the matter of how many grows we can do with it. You know what I'm saying? So let me take a little look at chat here. First in chat, I should have my glasses on, was Jigamajo. Second in chat was Polar Caps. Hey, buddy. Then we got Ethan, Old School, me, Training with Jwin, and so on. How y'all doing? Thanks for coming in. Heck yeah, live streams. So if you don't know, if you're watching this as a video after the fact, I apologize for the long intro. A lot of people don't seem to understand why I have that long intro. They're like, why a 4-minute intro for a video? That's insane. And yeah, it is kind of crazy, but it's not a video. This is a live stream. That's a waiting room for people to get in here. And I guess in theory, I could go in after and use some of the YouTube editing tools to shave off that waiting period. But I'll tell you this, the YouTube editing tools suck, and I've had nothing but problems with them. It's actually not a very good setup. I could try, I'll maybe give it a shot here and there, but honestly, I think it's more of a thing that the people need to sort of figure out eventually than it's something that I need to do. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If it continues to be a frickin' pain in the butt, maybe I'll just be forced to do it and to deal with it. It is what it is. How long are we at here? What are we at? 9 minutes. Oh, you guys know what time it is. Has anyone heard of a nutrient called Nutriring? No, not me anyway. That's a good line. I'm no expert, but it worked for me. Nice. You guys know what time it is? Call it. Oh, you can't call it. That's right. This isn't Twitch. I'll call it in then. It's dab time, motherfucking dab time, time to take a fucking dab break. Brand new tip. So we got to give this a minute here. This is going to be hotter than hell. It's a brand new one. Look at that. No scorch marks. Brand new. This is going to be the first dab of it too. So once again, I'm smoking my last crop here, the CBD cheese. It's a little bit dark because I let it get too dark with the trichomes by sitting in. I over-dried it, but it still tastes really, really freaking good. It still has that potent CBD flavor that I enjoy. Tastes good because it's a cheese. Win, win, win. I love this stuff. Cheers. Wish me luck. Ooh, that's tasty when it's not all full of carbon. The tip, anyway. I mean, nom 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 nom. There, we'll put that on the counter. That's pretty darn delicious. Okay, so let's get in there and take a look at these plants. First off, I want to state that I talked about this a few weeks ago, but there was a spider mite kick up in here on a flower that I was growing in the back there. And I removed the flower and we sprayed everywhere. I've been using this guy right here with Dr. Zymes. Dr. Zymes is something you can use during flower. It's not too big of a deal. I'm not soaking the buds. I'm mostly spraying underneath and along like the floor and the top of the COCO core, which is what I'm growing in, and up into the stalk and stuff like that to see if there's anything happening. I have sort of like done some exploratory spraying because this thing has a UV light and it gets this stuff, this citric acid combo on the webbing, and because of the UV light on there, it makes the webbing light up so you can really see it really well. If you have the lights on dim or something and you're spraying around in there, if you come across a spider mite web or something with this thing, you'll see it. And I have seen nothing. Someone told me a couple weeks ago that my back plant had bugs, and I didn't think it did, but I triple checked. I've been very, very, very adamant about getting up in there and underneath her skirt to see if there's anything going on, and nope, it's just overgrown. It is just an absolute monster. So come on, let's have a look. Bring you in here. Oh, hold on. Cables. Let's see, cables, you gonna play with me today? Yeah, there you go. Okay. So, first row here is Alien versus Triangle from Mephisto Genetics. And it's looking nice. It is smelling really good. It's really fattening up. You can really see the The frost's starting to build up in there, man. They're gnarly, weird autoflower buds. They're strange looking, but it is what it is, man. And I think they look pretty good. I'm also very impressed with this grow, as I've had basically only one slight deficiency issue early, and I fixed it right away. And you know, we're not seeing like tip burns on these leaves. Maybe there's a couple. I see a leaf right there. There's a little tiny tip right there. But for the most part, these look really, really healthy. You know, the plants are looking nice. At least I think they do. Correct me if I'm wrong, but these are looking freaking dank, man. Look at this fucking bud right here, man. This looks great. It's real thick ladies too. If you look at if you swing them around a little bit here, wubba 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 wubba. We got some big ladies going on. So I have done a few things. I've tied more branches from that back one, and this one here is tied right here to kind of give it out to stretch them open as much as humanly possible. And I've sort of tied back this big back bush here a little bit. Like this is actually part of that bush. It doesn't look like it, but it's because I got it. It's tied down in there somewhere. But I'm trying to spread this thing open as much as possible. There's just, oh, excuse me. Oh my God. I apologize. Freaking iced tea burp. I've cut the top off of all of these twice to keep them away from the lights, and they're still fucking growing too close. So if I get some light bleaching from this one and this one, so be it. There's just not much I can do. My ratchets are maxed out here. Aside from wiring this thing directly to the top, which I could do if I could get back there, which I can't. So in theory, I was thinking about taking the ratchets right out of the equation and just wiring it straight up, which would give it about another 2 inches or something like that. But the reality is, I just can't do it. I can't get back there. I cannot get back there with all of these plants the way they are, and their permanent pots and this connection and all the hosing. I can't move it. I cannot move it to get back there. But it is what it is, and I don't have to deal with this small growing corner for too much longer. Our house is for sale, and we're going to have to move. We're renting this house, and the landlords are selling it on us, so we're going to have to move eventually. We're looking. We've got a couple of really nice potentials, but we'll just have to see. So, once again, the front row is Alien versus Triangle from Mephisto Genetics, and then the back row here, this little tiny one right here, which is a mighty looking little plant. Don't get me wrong, it is dank looking. It's got some nice buds on it and stuff down in here. But when you look at the one right beside it, that's 3 times the plant that is. I've almost never seen an autoflower explode to that degree. It is just crazy. I don't even know how to get a camera in there properly to like show off how big it is. I mean, I can sort of move the camera around and I can sort of do my dangdest, but the reality is this is one pot right here, this is one, and all the rest of that in the back is all one huge plant. It is just massive. This cola, and this cola. No, not this cola, pardon me. But these, no, that one, and that one, and that one down there are all part of that big tree. Anyway, it's just frigging monstrous, man. Have I considered... I wish I could read that. It says it's bending. Have I considered bending the tops? Yes. I have bent the tops. They just kind of didn't do much anymore. I could go in there and kind of LST/super crop and literally just take a couple of the 2 top buds and just go and kink them so that they snap over a little bit, as long as I don't break the stalk. I mean, the stalk cells can break inside, but as long as it doesn't open and split the stalk, it'll recover. But yeah, I got a couple of, I mean, I'd have to do it to all of them. Look at that top, man. That whole top is there's frickin' 20 buds up there. I don't know 20, but there's, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, at least 12 plus tops on that one plant that I just can't deal with. The way I have been dealing with it, in all honesty, is I've been just kind of keeping my lights level, my volume, if you will, intensity level, fairly low. Like probably a 20% volume, 30% volume, something like that. Definitely not even half. It's just, and everything's reacting good. I mean, if you look at the way plants naturally grow, in the spring, the light is ramping up until the middle of summer, and then the summer is at its peak, the maximum amount of sun. And then in the fall time, when it's starting to get into heavy flower and ripening, the amount of hours goes down, as well as the intensity of the sun. So the intensity and hours go down in the fall, and they're also down in the spring as they ramp up. So it does this hill, if you will, right? So this being in late flower, having the light's intensity a little bit lower, it's fine. It's actually kind of what I think they would prefer. Even though when it comes to autoflowers, you almost want to push them as much as you possibly can. But this massive light up here from MARSHYDRO is just winning the game. By the way, this episode, in case you didn't know, which I'm sure you did, is sponsored in part by MARSHYDRO. So thank you very much, MARSHYDRO. You know I love you. This, once again, is the Fc8000. This is the almost 5 foot by 5 foot frame. This is an absolute monster. I love it. It fills a 5 by 5 space and then some. And the ability to like turn down the volume has helped me greatly during the summer's heat waves. And I just like that ability to turn up and down the I call it volume, but the intensity of the lights. So if you want to check out any of the MARSHYDRO's badass products, use my name right here as a code. Save yourself a couple of bucks. Thanks, MARSHYDRO. Appreciate you. Love ya. So, whoa, camera. That's about where we're at today. Everything is looking pretty darn good. It's just a matter of, we probably got another week to 2 weeks until it's done. I busted out my microscope here today, and I checked it earlier. It's not even close yet. Some of these things aren't even fully cloudy yet. There's still a lot of clear trichomes on these. So today is not going to be the day where I'm going to be like, is it ready? And we're going to look at it because, because it's not ready. There's no point to look at it. I got these quiet hiccups. Pardon me. Yeah, they're just not ready yet. They're looking mighty good. I'm loving what's happening here, but they need more time. Also, if you look at the development of the flower back there, and then you look at the development of the flower on these buds here, and these buds here, ooh, they smell wonderful. These two specifically, and that one in the back, are going to be done, if I had to guess, a week before this one and that one. Even though these three are the same, those two are the same. I forgot to tell you, these are Super Lemon Haze. I said the front name twice, but I kept forgetting to get to the back one there. Stoner problems, am I right? Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I tell you, I've been saying it every episode, but I am absolutely head over heels in love with this AirCube system. By the way, this is not a paid promo or anything, but AirCube has a crazy sale going on today only. It's some Flash Friday sale. There is literally like $200 or $300 off of this system. So there's links below to check out the company. The company's called Grow Ace. If you just Google the AirCube, you'll find it. But there's discount codes and stuff below. I don't know if they're going to stack with the crazy Friday sale that they got going today. I kind of doubt it. But if you were ever considering it, now's the time to pull the plug, because they're a couple of $100 off, man. That's an insane. That's almost like half price or something, I think. These are a little bit of a pricey system, but I am so in love with this. I'm sure that you will love it too if you're into the hydroponic stuff. It is a set and forget COCO hydroponic with this big ass reservoir here, 25-gallon reservoir. I am beyond in love with this system. It is just so friggin' good, and the results are speaking for themselves. This is the first time I've ever grown with this system, and it's one of the best grows I've had in years. I mean, I've had some good grows, I guess, here and there, and some major failures here and there for sure, but I have not had this level of explosive growth and overgrowth in a long, long, long time. And part of it's genetics. You want good genetics, but you can have the best genetics in the world, but if you're medium and your feed sucks, your genetics just aren't going to do very well. And that's sort of where I'm at with all this, man. Okay, let me bring this back. Here we go. Bop. There we go, just like that. And so anyway, like I was saying, I'm going to keep this water this week. I'm not going to dump and refresh the water. I've got some Hygrozyme here to help me make sure that none of the wastes are building up in a bad way and creating root rot environments or any of those weird rotty bacteria stuff. This will keep that at bay. And I'm just going to keep topping it off for the next little bit. I've got enough for one more small water change, basically. And if you look at the charts here on this Emerald Harvest stuff, late flower, ripening, you actually drop the nutrient levels quite a bit. And then there's a flush period, they suggest. And during the flush period, you're still supposed to put your part A and B in, but only a very minor amount, like just crazy small amounts. And so for the last, I don't know, do you flush hydroponics? I don't even know. That's a really good question. Let me know in the comments below and in live chat. I'll see if I can read it here, but definitely comment after the fact on the video once it's been posted. Do you need to flush hydroponics like this? Should I run a couple of days of just water with this super, super low A and B regiment? Should I do that on this? I feel like that's almost more for soil. But what do I know? I mean, it's not going to hurt to flush it out a little bit, to give it just some water during the last, couple of days of its life. Yeah. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Also, you got 2 more days, tonight and tomorrow. That's it. If you guys want to win one of these fans back here, where is it? The MARSHYDRO fan. This guy right here. The oscillating clip-on tent MARSHYDRO fan. Absolutely also super in love with that little thing. They're awesome. I'm giving one away here. It was their MARSHYDRO's 15th year anniversary, and that's what we were giving away. So if you look back 2 episodes, there's a giveaway episode. You can't miss it. It's on my channel. 2 more days, and then I'm pulling a winner. So if all you got to do is post the words MARSHYDRO fan, all one word, on any of my videos. Every separate video that you post on is a separate entry. So if you want to enter multiple times, comment on multiple of my videos. Go through my whole collection and put, I want that MARSHYDRO fan on comment on every single one, and you'll get tons of entries. So there's a bunch of people that have been doing that already. So some of them are a little bit more stacked than others, but that's how you can enter multiple times. Past that, I think I'm done here for the day. I want one more dab before I go. And then I'm going to go. So don't forget, if you don't know, every Sunday I do a Sunday session, which is around 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, kind of noon, late to midday for you East Coasters. I do coffee, dabs, chat about the week, try to see how many dabs I can get into me within the hour. Yeah. Every Sunday, 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Twitch and YouTube. Twitch has more integration. You can do more things. You can call dab times like this. You can call these things in with points and stuff over on Twitch. You can't do any of that junk on YouTube, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Oh man, it tastes so much better with a clean tip. Oh my goodness. I can usually get about a month or two or something like that out of a tip, but wow, it really makes a difference when you got a freshie in there. Anyway, that's all I got for today, folks. Thank you very much. Like the video if you do indeed like the show. Subscribe if you're not already. And as always, always check that your notifications are set to all notifications. That little bell icon there, if you're, as I'll say, subscribed and there's a little bell notification, hit that little bell, touch it, and it'll pop up in options. It'll say some, like none, some, and all notifications. Set it to all. I'm not going to spam you. I go live twice a week. It's not going to frickin' spam you. But you'll get a notification on your phone or your desktop or whatever you're using when I do go live. So that'll help. Have a good one. I'll catch you soon. Have a good night. Cheers.